Hello, beautiful souls. How y'all doing? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Brainy, and this is Brainy Twin Gemini, where we talk about love, love attraction, manifesting your dreams into miracles, spiritual health, growth, and fitness, all good things. I'm going to be doing a twin flame collective message as it resonates for masculine and feminine energy, not knowing that all is going to resonate, so kindly just pack away what doesn't resonate and keep what does. One thing I will ask is please do not disrupt the vibe of this loving channel. We all support each other on this channel to what can be a very daunting journey, primarily to oneself. So again, these beautiful cards, personalized message that were compiled by my beloved and I, are for sale on Etsy store. And if you're looking for personalized messages, just visit my website. All the information is there. Just getting through my final week of our fiscal year end. I work in finance, so after this week I am clear, and my schedule is opening up, so I'm very happy about that. It's been very crazy in the finance world. Anyways, I'm going to get started with the masculine energy, and of course this always resonates with the energy. Again, I wasn't going to show the cards. I was just going to speak to the message of the cards and do a backdrop, but I can't, because when the cards fall, and I let them fall as they may be, I do 4 being my birth number. I want you to see the beauty and the blessing and truly the magic of this gift of the messages and how they're like these cards fall out. So I left my journal out. I have another journal that I write in, and again, they always resonate with my journal as well. So a couple of things going on with the masculine energy. We have the inner child here, and the recognition of that inner child. But one thing I want to say about the masculine energy is they have a very traumatic, very traumatic past. And I want to say that the inner child is actually misbehaving. And it's like coming out in a bad form. I want to say in a low vibration, as a dark kind of entity, and almost taking like temper tantrums. Because as the inner child is so complex, because we can recognize and acknowledge the trauma, and we can accept it, and we can forgive, but whenever sometimes they're in a very low vibrational state, and that's usually low vibrational energy, that inner child seems to misbehave and resurrect. And I feel like the masculine energy has just kind of gone off the rails, and you know, they're feeling a little bit angry. That's that inner child coming out. Anger is a secondary emotion, so it stems from something, from shame, guilt, worry, pain, all sorts of things. So as that inner child surfaces, they have no choice but to acknowledge. But it's like a little child, when they don't get their own way, they take a tantrum. And I feel like because this masculine energy is going through this huge rebirth and metamorphosis, this child is wanting to be acknowledged. And it's a healing journey, as sometimes you take 2 steps forwards, but you also take it 1 step backwards. And they're just kind of in this, I want to say, temporary low vibration as they acknowledge that inner child. The inner child will keep coming until, you know, that healing continues. The masculine's always been healing. They have some regret of this inner child. And as this inner child keeps resurfacing and behaving poorly, they have regrets for some of the things that they've done in their life, to certain souls. Specifically, I want to say their twin flame. So there's been some things that they've said that they totally regret, and that's because of this misbehaving. It truly, truly is. I want to say with this severe trauma, the ego sometimes is there to protect that trauma. And it's almost like I want to say, invisible shield, which is very difficult to get through, to penetrate the masculine because they've been so severely hurt. I want to talk about twin flame as well because, again, this regret, they feel like they may have said some things that they truly did not mean, but this stems from the trauma and the hurt. One thing I want to say about a mirror soul is your twin mirrors you. So sometimes their trauma is an exact replica of the trauma that you've endured. And when you see your twin, because they're that mirror soul, their actions and their behaviors almost mirror yours. And when you look at some of these behaviors, it's like, wow, I've done that. I've been there. I've been that person, that soul. So, you know, there may be some intense triggers going on with you right now, feminine energy, and you may feel like this sense of anger that seems to come out of nowhere. I remember I used to go shopping, and I've never been one that's been prone to anxiety and or outbursts of anger. I'm just a very generally very happy person. But when I used to go shopping, I used to get these like anger, like this rage, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I later came to realize that it was coming from my beloved. So you may feel that a lot of inner childhood wounds resurfacing for this masculine. I want to tell you that they're resting, and this came out as well. So rest and rejuvenation, I absolutely wrote that down. The 3 R's. I always call it rest, rejuvenate, rebirth, revigorate, revitalize. There's so many good things with those R's. And, you know, that's exactly what they're doing, is resting and rejuvenating, because this inner child can become exhausting and demanding. And when they do that, they are thinking. And sometimes they get to that destination of, temporary destination, mind you, of overthinking. And that's where the regret and, like, you know, the hostility sets in. So just know that the anger is always a secondary emotion. The regret is probably the primary emotion. And then that frustration comes. But they, as they're resting and rejuvenating, they're lying awake. They want you to know that they're lying awake, manifesting our love, your love. They feel hearts, your hearts aligning in the 3D. So when they're resting, rejuvenating, and manifesting and meditating, which I feel like they're doing a lot of, they're deep breathing, they're listening to all sorts of meditation videos to stabilize that inner child, because it becomes reckless sometimes. You know, they can't wait to explore the world with you. It's always in the forefront of their heart and their soul and their mind. You know, the ego is a very complex beast. I want to call it a beast because it is there to serve and protect. If, you know, if like from certain things. So we do have to navigate with a healthy ego, but not an unhealthy ego. And I feel like the masculine energy, the ego is like, it's overtaking them. It's always just temporary. And one thing is about the ego, when it becomes destructive and abusive, like, but that's within your own internal, I want to say, soul. The best thing to do is not to feed it. It's to starve it. So even, and this is just a general message for both masculine and feminine energy, if someone comes to you with a low vibration and they're attacking you, your first instinct is to attack back. But when you're doing that, you're essentially feeding the low vibrational ego. And then it just becomes unnecessary low vibrational energy. So the best thing to do when somebody's in that low vibration, anger, just, you know, it's better just to not feed it and just be understanding, forgiving, nurturing, because a lot of it stems from the severe trauma. So lastly, I'm seeing the signs and the synchronicities. They all remind me of you. The signs and synchronicities are absolutely insane, and I know this, and I see things for your beautiful, beautiful souls. I don't feel like they're meant for me. So a couple of days ago, I was working, and I have an office in the house, and I was just looking outside, and I saw these vultures, and they were hovering really low, and they're huge, and they were kind of scaring me, even though I was inside, because there were so many of them. I'm like, what are they doing? They were hovering in the backyard, and then 4 of them sat on a rooftop. I have pictures of it. I'm just like, that is so insane. I've never seen that before. Like, they were just sitting there. It was almost like they were having a consultation, the 4 of them. But it truly does represent rebirth, and they clean the earth. You know, they may not be the prettiest looking birds, but they're almost so ugly they're cute. But just so many signs. Last night, my beloved and I were talking, glanced over at the clock. It was 7:17. I do not look for this. It just, this stuff falls upon my lap. There was a beautiful rabbit just grazing the grass. Good luck, fertility, all good things for you. Oh, and don't forget them ladybugs, lady love. I've been seeing so many beautiful, beautiful signs, and ultimately a lot of butterflies. Endless possibilities, sacred reverence. I resonate this with absolutely the twin flame card. This is a sacred reverence. It is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful connection. The masculine energy absolutely knows that this is a sacred union, this is a sacred bond, this is a connection. It's always that element of fear. They feel like, you know, they're losing you, like you're slipping through their fingers, so to speak, and they're being like encouraged to, like, they're being pushed to move forward, but they got to deal with this misbehavior, because if that trauma and that inner child and all of this stuff is not healed, then you end up taking it out on each other, and then because you're so empathetic and so much in love, your ego kind of goes hyperactive, I want to say, and it goes into like I don't know, goes into places where it shouldn't go, and then sometimes there's no turning back. And a man holding a coin. I feel like this masculine is breaking free of the attachment of monetary value. So many of them are very proud, and that's it's a very strong masculine trait. They're very proud, and they want to give everything to their feminine energy, the world, everything, absolutely everything. And they're reluctant to let go of that label that, you know, the masculine has to provide. So they're letting go of that, and it's very, very good. Alternatively, there are some masculine energies like that have attached themselves to this coin that just truly have to let go, because some of them didn't feel worthy of the love, because they didn't feel that they could give you everything at that time, and they were always pondering inside of their, I want to say, destructive ego, what do they see in me? Like, they're so successful, like, what do they possibly see in me? And feminine energy, you don't care. Absolutely don't care. I love to share my stories with you. When I was in physical separation with my twin, I used to say to my soul tribe, I don't care. I would live in a cardboard box on the side of a road as long as we could be together. And ironically, I would say a year and a half later, we were living out of cardboard boxes. It's just because we were in between homes for about 3 months. Like, we were living in a home, but it was just temporary. and literally we were living out of cardboard boxes. So, I mean, the feminine, I know you don't care, is about your masculine's prosperity or anything like that. It's not, there's so much more prosperity in love and light and soul richness than there is in a coin. So, beautiful message. I love this message right here. It's number 57, and it's squirrel spirit, and it's believe in yourself. And I just love the beauty of this message, because I'm in Canada and the squirrels are running mad right now. We're in the summertime, right? So they're just happy, playful, you know, they're just very busy. And to me, it just represents a very good thing. The masculine is struggling a little bit, but they are, as they shed those layers of their false identity, they are starting to believe in themselves more. And it's a very powerful message. And two other beautiful messages for you are beloved, like a ray of golden sunshine. I breathe in your love, and all my concerns melt away, and all that is left is pure joy. Thank you, my beloved soulmate, twin flame, however you resonate. And that's exactly it. And trust in the healing power of love, for it's only through love that happiness is possible. Observe that all that transpires, but don't get emotionally attached. The storm will clear. You can be of assistance to the one you love only if you remain positive. And that's it. I feel like twin souls are disciples of unconditional love and healing. And there's a lot of healing power in love. And sometimes we fail to see that. There is healing power in love, and feminine energy, even though you don't visually see it all the time, you are helping your masculine energy heal, open up some old wounds, but those wounds are meant to be healed, and you're doing incredible, and I love it all so very much. So what do we have for feminine energy? Feminine, bit of a crazy message, and of course it resonates and aligns with the masculine energy. So ironically, the twin flame card came out for you as well. And just so you know, the cards just fall. Like, I have no reason to manipulate them. Merely just a messenger here. And there's mystery, self-worth, and divine masculine. And I was just speaking to, I should have done this live so you could just see it. Like, it's crazy how these cards come out. Never cease to amaze me. I swear I do it for my own entertainment. I can't believe how they align. It's just wild. But we have twin flame, self-worth, divine masculine, and we have the mystery card here. What I resonate with this particular card and this message for the mystery is there's going to be a mysterious person that comes into your life. This person is the gateway to the truth and the gateway to your divine masculine, believe it or not. They're going to come out of nowhere. Pay attention. That's going to be, like I said, a mysterious person, male or female, but they're going to give you the light, the torch, so to speak, to get to your masculine energy. So your masculine is wrestling with the self-worth, and as a result, you mirror, you transfer energy, you start to feel unworthy of the love. So see how this toxic energy or low vibrational energy can cause this to go back and forth, and it's really truly hard sometimes to break this cycle and get out of this Ferris wheel of emotion that you transfer back and forth to each other. So it started with a masculine, it's coming back to you, now it's going back to them. It becomes this vicious cycle of low vibration. So you can't wait to conquer the world with your masculine. Same cards are coming out for both of you, which shows how energetically aligned you are. Happy family, conquering the world together. That's what you are manifesting and meditating. Feminine energy, a happy family. And as you know, I can give so many examples of the stuff I meditated and manifested out into the universe, and it did come back. 100% it came back. So many things I put out there, and it came back. So I feel like you're just manifesting this happy family, this marriage, this just beautiful children. Even if you have children already, your masculine is going to mentor and be a very positive influence in your children's life. And I love it all so very much. I tried to so many times to communicate, but the fear is binding me. Do you know how many times when I was in physical separation from my twin, I wanted to communicate? I don't think it's fear as much as it is protection. When the time is right, the time is right. You know, it's difficult not to want to communicate, but I know that when we were in physical separation, I didn't. I was just like, no. Like, I did try, but he changed his number, thankfully. So that was, again, the universe and the universe's protection, because I don't know what would have happened. And even after I did communicate, I had immediate regret. And I wish I could have taken it back, but I couldn't. But nonetheless, he didn't see it anyway. I love this. I've been yearning for you my entire life. That sense of longing is gone. When you come into each other, if you've had that beauty of coming into each other in the physical essence, looking into each other's eyes, any form of physical element, there's no right or wrong. There's no rule book for twin flames. It is how you come together, and you just feel this sense of home and completeness and like just pure awe, you know? And it's beautiful. I love these cards. Door to Spirit, a blossoming abundance, and victory. And I resonate, you know, you're in an eternal optimist, feminine, and your optimism and your love is what truly helps this connection. Because you always see the beauty. You go through hiccups, and so does the masculine. But all the time, you have this beauty and this light in your heart. And you always see the victory. You always want to conquer the world. You always see a happy family. And that manifestation and that light and love is truly helping your journey, because it forces the masculine to make a powerful move. It is a very dynamic journey. And it is, I feel, so beautiful and wonderful energy for you, feminine energy. I believe this mystery, this person that's going to come into your life, they are going to open you up to the door to spirit. So I feel like maybe your intuition and or crown is a little bit blocked right now. You could be just in 3D, operating primarily in a third dimensional world. Unfortunately, many of us do. We get caught. It's hard to shine the light when there's so many low vibrational beings stealing that light from you. And they don't do it purposefully. They don't. It's just, why wouldn't they? You're a beacon of light and love. So people do it, I want to say, nonchalantly and unintentionally. So you may be just feeling worn out. So this person is the key to that. And I have this card, and I don't like it too much, but I have to speak the message. I'm merely just a messenger here. There's a storyteller amongst your soul tribe. Gossip, maybe that's a low vibration. Drama, just pure drama. And they're just causing a ruckus in your energy field. And like, I want to say they're very two-faced. So be careful. Maybe that person, that mystery person, will give you insight and light, because sometimes we don't always see what is right in front of us. It's difficult, you know, because as a beacon of light and love, you're very, very trusting, and you feel that no one in your soul tribe would ever do anything to hurt you. That's not true, unfortunately. There's all sorts of egoic emotions like jealous and envy, and there's someone jealous and envious of you, and they're telling stories, and they're putting negative energy out and around you, around your aura. So Don't like that one too much. Ironically, this came out. I wish you could have seen it come out. It just flew out of that deck. And I was just talking about vultures. And nothing is wasted. They represent so much more, like I said, rebirth and renewal and rejuvenate. But nothing is wasted. Like, they do clean the earth. And what I resonate with you, feminine energy, is nothing is wasted. So, you know, it's been equally as difficult for you on this journey. A lot of tears shed, a lot of questions, a lot of rebirth, a lot of I want to say rejuvenation, transformation, but it wasn't wasted, because you are morphing into the most beautiful version of yourself. So I love this message so much, and this totally resonates. Again, I can't believe this. A profound transformation is taking place in your life. Be yourself. You have much to offer the world by just being you. Your love has the power to transform all things, including your relationship and love life. So you are transforming beautifully, and as a result, everything is transforming. You may not visually be able to see it, you may not be able to touch it, but a lot happens without you even knowing. That's the beauty of the universe we live in. And I am forever grateful for your loving kindness and the joy you bring to my life. You are a gift from the eternal heart of love, a blessing from a most benevolent universe. And that's exactly it. It is a blessing. As I said, we don't always see everything with our eyes, but we have to have faith and trust that things are working. I want to say the energy is working sometimes without you even knowing it. So, most beautiful message for both of you today. They are always beautiful. Excuse me. If any of this resonates, kindly hit the notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this. Lots of videos in the works right now, thankfully, when I get over this year end. And yeah, like and comment. Love your comments. And I appreciate all of you guys every single day. And I just wish you the utmost blessings for today. Have a beautiful day, folks.